Assalamu alaikum bade ngolo hani bi mbal he kunkujan keta ya politika biro nal bade mbalon Suleiman Jam zina ngal lamoy Baiyo Sheriffo Sonko kansulo men kada brikama area council la kuma kangola anun inshallah telefona na memmin so la kuma kan kon similla kan se lamoy na channel auto men kada kunkujan keta ya politika biro YouTube momo isa share dan ya subscribe.
Assalamu alaikum baɗin Gambian kolu. Assalamu alaikum momo ɓe dañi audio la moyla alnal baɗi malem Sheriffo Sonko aka Baiyo Sonko Gambia mbaɗi ngolu bi fanan konsina naali kaca kul la kul mil yalon ko walla ɓe kenin banko kan mbaɗi ngolu comme bi moɓe ya kalamto ñamin même mu honorable Dr. Lamin Manneh tumalama ya lonko aning Minister of Works and Infrastructure Mr. Honorable Ibrahim Sillah tumalama ya lonko ibenta Peter Gomez la coffee time mobe alla moyle aketa diamu ya lonko bi Gambia bebe wala fokan ñinam kodi ko me ya lonko opposition wol ñanta ka woleke and that is what exactly UDP bola kekan Gambian ko lumbe diamula mbafale ko pastef ya ketenne pastef e menke wala nyundu ko bulata masakunda normally masakunda be contract jawul melta abe dikan ye masakunda hold accountable o contract ko nyulla ye masakunda exposed masakunda be bankola na fulo tinyaka nyamen masakunda be contract ko men sign kan be kickback ko suto kan je ye wala exposed Senegal kolye o faham o ñom politico naje ko Gambia fana nyanta kaw kilon ke bari masakunda be mbulu jang masakunda me ya lonko e benna bankola na fulo kasara kan masakunda be mbulu jang masakunda me ya lonko e be tilimbal ya ke kam banku dingol hakko mu menti e mantara kawdi banku dingol la mbadi ngol mbe ya kalam tele kabir muntu mala ni OIC kumo be fokam mbadi Gambian kolo OIC kabir ya jembe janni ya jembe kabu jang mbe ya kalam to OIC keta fendi me ya lonko Gambian kol ya kalam tele ko OIC nyanta ka hos nyim banko kanjen silol be je silol mi yalla ko na fulol nyanta ka nyini 2018 ya OIC la ya ulindi kotanke Lamin Sane was the CEO at OIC atara kabin 2018 2019 ay kodo be mobilize $50 million I will mobilize for 50 kilometer road sata wol kono kilometer talulu wala nyanta dokula ay $50 million I will soto me ya lonko ya I secured already pour que Gambia la silolta si duma silolta ke doku mbadon ali la man hakilo la de million kilo dollar ni a falling Gambia kodola womu million tan woro nin kononta de bi dollar million kilo ni a falling bi Gambia kodola womu million tan woro ani kononta de bi yawle sikio pour kananan kasilol doku bari wolio sikio men kama wolum nyinti ko ima sikio yin kama komen ka fako ibo million la sikala ya jo on contracts bari ne silo yin jibe silo yin mu 7 meter whitelet silo la fanomu meter worogula silo la fanomu walti ena ye jibor dinkol ke silo dan nawalla ena mul kotanke ye lighting street lighting in fananke je drainage and street lighting bado alila moy de bar janni be dunno ko folo alila moy ministre la bang abe filibante ya kumo men fokam tumala me yalon ko ye bang kam molta ke compensate mol mel yalon ko silo wala dulalma alila moy ministre la bang
property owner, and then the Ministry of Local Government and Lands will document who the owners are, who claim to be the owners, verify it against. But this process should have, identified the problems that you are now saying you are encountering with compensation. Even with that, because what happens is when all that is done, a price or a figure is determined as cost after the valuations are done by the Ministry of Local Government guys. This will be communicated to the yard owners. Yes. And if they contest, they have the liberty to even hire their own private van waiters. All right? If our figures don't agree, we negotiate, and if we don't, the property owner can even sometimes go to court, as always in the case here. And then we will be forced to stop some of this. No, hold on, let me finish.
At this point, Sillah,
no,
you would have identified that Peter Gomez is laying claim to this property, but the property is actually owned by, Fatu Job, who is deceased.
Exactly. But
and then there are bound to be problems. So why would you write to me to say you'll be compensated?
No.
And now at the point of giving the money, you say, well, because...
By the time...
So, yeah. So, Peter Gomez can member Jan Wolum Yunduko, Ibetapale, I mean, Kikan Jan Wolum Yunduko Mbano. Yeah. Janin Siloka Doku, Janin Doko Kuma Silo can follow. Consultant Olu, Wolakataka Silo Yintaka, Meso. Soveolu. Kajibe ko silo la fano nyanda kele nyineti ibe nyim mitar nakam karna mala karla corrado ibe kar jola nyim mitar nakam me bat iba makan ay mem ma karla corrado abe value la nyinala abe value la nyinala aliyo ko do ta folo aliyo be sikio folo mulmel yalon ka be la corrado mala aliye jo immediately nan na kela dula boy doron di moment ale dula nyim boy doron atra imaru nyol kodol be bulu yela dula doku wala adamayati so nyim masa kuna ale jele nyim masa kunde ye mam bala fa so do banku dungule nyami je ina mola so kono silo ye mola kordama ana dimba kela wo kordala kono idama o mari console imo mari la kodol diala follow ima compensate follow ena yala bungo boy e ka fa ko ela korra document no man clear. What the hell is this? Gambian call mun kusi fala wodi Gambian call mun bala fante yala nyinde Gambian call gamen fodron gamen fo nyimma sakundala kodo nyimma sakundala bala fa so do Gambia dingole nyinam imam bala fa so do Gambia dingole nganyina yena mola korra kono ikoy ko silo yela korra mal akoy sonta Baiyo ko nim mansa lefa ka silo fare la korda ko na ka fragile bar nim mansa lefa ka silo fare la korda ko na fana nyande ke compensate le wolem adama di ya nyantoti nyande ke nafulo murundi kanne kadu yebungol le ko dula nyindo ba yena mo la korda to adingo be la bungu men kono ala musobe la bungu men kono yala bungu tey e man songa kodo di ala fobi ilata ka silo do ko atare mo mari jokodo la e go mari nyinga ka fa ko nyum korda fon man korda kaytoji ñul ka juma la filin di jam Ibrahima Sillah ñul ka juma la filin di jam baadingul ali lama Ibrahima Sillah la ko tek.
These are things you do before the road construction starts, and you're supposed to engage the people concerned. These are what we call also project impacted people. The people in the area where the project is being implemented, how is it going to impact them? How is it going to impact their houses, their living conditions, their businesses, etc. You do that study upfront. You do your environmental and social impact assessment studies upfront. You do all of that. You do your dispossession and expropriation works and everything beforehand. To give you just a simple example, he's telling me I have no idea in this, which he doesn't know me. He doesn't know me, just talking out of his head because he thinks he can spin some untruths. Senegal next door here, we did the TOR project, the rural train. We did it, and we started in Barnier, just outside Rufisque. We did all that work in Rufisque, and we got the people concerned. We got their properties evaluated. We got the expropriation amounts determined. We paid everything up front before any piece of work started. So if you cannot do that in the Gambia, you expropriate people, you destroy their properties and tell them, well, we couldn't know who owns it. It's because you do not want to do it. It's a whole lot of ill will here. So this project is full of flaws, but unfortunately we have spent all of this time discussing these other issues when we should have also talked about the road design on the Battle Harding Highway. We should talk about all the other issues around.
So ale Uncle Lamin moy la sagne ni la moy Dr Lamin no dron e kalde ko Dr Lamin même fo manke ministati a manke engineer ti ay mellon sala do ko Ibrahima nyul malonje bare menaka ay Ibrahima mutajande kat akay ka membe fo jang abe amon soto ita fo ka mem fo kany mem fo EPT ima long you don't even the meaning moment wala nyindi ko janne ka silo do ku follow janne ka silo ma follow e kam men ke ka sauver leke nyin silo nyin ab mo jelle torala nindo ko be ke ka mo jelle be ab mo jelle ab economy comme like bidikol mil be silo nyin kanje silo be mala wo molu nyulu abela life clear obitika teo nying abe bataje le sotola. That is what exactly Lamin Kamem Fire. You do environment assess. Wodula nying. Ha. Wodula nying fon niba do kula silo me ango comme ninji silo beje wo ji silo nyul laisse na avec la pipe olu. Wo be iko be mila yo be sauver follow. Molmeli halon ko beje yebe jo. Yela kodo so de bulo kono follow jandi be silo do kula follow. Aka wala fire. Aka wala adama di ya nyantoti. Akay bari men kara wala ñundu ko atolu man lef men na wala ñundu ko alafta tilimbal ala kala alafta ka banku dum la ko do mo ha nana do ala silo do ko mo la fa sa ko na silo sotol alafta dron kana mol kan ke ka symbol jaay mol kan lamin ka wala fay akay in fact akay mam melo ita man talong akay wala ne bina jang ibe kuma furul fola akay because member keri jang wala ñundu ko akay meme ker nyawulum nyintiko nde Senegal jang na next nebo jang Senegal jang ila tren silo akay tolle a soveke ban na menga wolum nyintiko kabrin na soveke na environmental assess ke na ko be check fa ko ita follow momo ya lonko ala balu labe je na wala follow be jo follow momo ya lonko silo nyi ya ma ne be jo la yela kodo su do follow fo yela kol ke pareta in fact dol fongol mi la lonko be je fon kabrin ne jo janin dol kana fon watra wol nyinda men kala yo kele Lamin ka wala faya akaye ko wala ke ga wala adama di ya nyantoti ha ila moy de ka fengol long anin ka bara fengol amankele ha bogos nyulbe men ne be tilimbal yala la ibe banku dingula na fulo ka sara kan ibe sunyaro la ye wulati ne nyim million samana ngo gambien ko la nyanda ka on sa milati na nyulu ka sila do ko damma because kick ba ko membe je mbadingulu silo me yalon ko ala fano mitar worogula ala fano mu walti jibor dinkan dinkiling o fula e ka $1 million ita ko tika contract jo wala ban be do ko nak o fana minal alila moy lamin ya grille lamin ya ke sebu tolati ha lamin Ibrahim ke sebu tolati Ibrahim man fesora be men fola lamin alila moy mbalu
design on the Battle Harding Highway. We should talk about all the other issues around this conference, all that we're losing in terms of income because we can't even host the system properly. We have to go and bring RTS from Senegal to do it. We have to use the Senegalese airport. All that's lost income for us. We should talk about what they are doing at the Senegambia Bridge. We should talk about the port, the ferry service. We should talk about all of that. He's here. And now we are losing all of that time.
Those are under your
because he spent all of this time spinning this mistruth.
Those are under your purview. Yes.
He is the one spreading mistruth.
Okay, ça y est, on go la mo ya même fay aka pita in fact nkana na time of west ni ndula ni fon ako kudo la fana be nyanta kamel de choses million ngoy ko mata bakel ha aka ni aji be ñu OIC men kana mi be ñu tembo men kono yen na kodo ibe kodo jalla kasara kan Gambien ko lefratal ñilin kale lefratal haklo blode ali akalam tan nun ko Qatar government ye bagaso men samanan kadi jiates la falmo kalam tam Gambien don ye million jella samanan do alo kan kadi jiates la pour jiates fanam be fam barkan le no nyami ñem masa kunda ko lende Gambien ko ñem masa kunda ko lende adama bro le masa kunda ko lende ha before election o e mutana ko denke ye ko do jelle ta from the OIC phone ko ka jiates barkandi ha o kodo nyi abele ya spend nyaadi le fo kana milake kataka RTS commande Senegal la RTS kana pudol kana ka jiatis ma koy Gambien ko ali la moy ñi manki nan di rewti Gambien ko ba ñi manka di waro di Gambie ba ha kamin Senegal lu sur OIC la fa Senegal ye mina fu Gambie bul mbadu on la ñun ka ba Gambie Senegal fu mina la mina batinda ñu ka juma la ne jam ha akay bari akay ko Senegal be bridge fana be kalanta yamen noto be na fulo men be kasara ka wodo Gambien ko le na fulo fana akay bo fana discourse la bide ha akay mina men discourse no wala ñindiko ñin 32 km road me ya lon ko fana ye Gambien ko le na fulo dundo ko le julu jawta e julota ko be silo do kula ye tapal yal nin tap na kafiri yal nin kol mi yal be wala ke kanji fana akay purusina ko ko ñando fana be kacalade kan ñaaji be ko dengue 22 km meter am silo me yalongo kilometer mo anin fula ha the first project yemen approve la ñu ko 72 million US dollars mbadul 72 million US dollars mbadul 72 million ala mu jelle 72 million go million kilo Gambia dollar so million kilo dollar million kilo wala mu bi niya faling wala million tawor anin kononto bi ha million tawora nun kono da sidula tawora wula ni fula ye wala approve pour ka ni silo do kabo airport kata fo mundo kata fo sitin kona 22 kilometer road Gambia ko alila moy ha bari kabri yewta ya approve silo do ko starta ya men ka wala nyundi ko yake lowest bidders lati ya tapale ya men fanan ko mo fanan fulal yelde ha ya tapale ya men ke just because nakata il lafta ka di compagnie le to lafta ka di men be kick ba ko di le yalo Gambia ko la kilo ba kan nanyum ko di am jana man ke bitile nana kanyum ko di amule tapale ya men be ke oasis because ndebe no akonole I was there Ndebenua Konole, Cabin Silo ala feasibility studies back at time moment. In fact, I was close to a company may along, they also want to have the tender. But in Minake, they went to a lowest bidder. Yes, Silota Yadi with this intentco, Silo Imbodokola $72 million US. But the Alona Katko, $72 million US might not woman, maybe 11 Silo in Kalanyame, Uta Sila, but in Minake, Yela Tapalealeke, Cabin Sidoko Comasta, in Atna Minake Kotanke, in Anna Kodo the Fakam Kotanke. Ha, ye million jelle la fak almost number 40 million kotanke million tan nan dollar kotanke inana ka men ka fa on kotanke sinya jël ha o airport silo wala na ministre kay ko imam fellong ha te pale amen kete na belon ko bay lamin job me yalon ko wala mun ministre ti bay lamin job la broda ala broda fadi malamba ay wolta as the consultant ye silo la consultant do ko di wala ngo ni silo mu kafir ni silo ngap mo billahi wallahi gamen kol ngam men fali akoyta malango adama barola molu ni la fena come for minister debate menge ni left we come any one of them we come and debate about ye tapale ya menge ye gamen kol na fulo men kasara nyun kokon ha ye gamen kol na fulo men kasara nyun kokon Dr. Lamin Kawla fire akay ko in fact nyanta kawle fanan kacale de kadu men keda wala nyindiko kabring at Ibrahima ay Dr. Lamin pour ani Dr. Lamin ben debate la Dr. Lamin ye menke wala nyindiko ntenen Dr. Lamin anin haji ay sambala ntata la ka silol nyun beje silol mel yalo ka fuko wala o ay silolte ntata jele nyaaye beje ibe halo men to do ko be tembo men to ibe tapale yali mel ke kanje nyaa beje le na be video be mbulo kono ite mo fidi no jande ngale ko sayem paral kamalde nyim baro masa kundam parete kamale be tapale ya menna ibe tinyaro menna nyim banko kan ibe banko dun kan julo kono nyame ibe kick ba ko ta kanje nko bimbo sayen kan ka wala expose ha mina wala expose la barnali la mo Dr. Lamine ali Ibrahima e ma ya be kaka kan e bar drok Dr. Lamine mom fa ya be ko ali la mo
Look at the battle Harding Highway today. They will tell you, oh, the road is not finished. That's why has become a construction nightmare and a traffic nightmare in this country. Everywhere you go, the traffic jams are just killing and heavy on petrol consumption in this country and on the health of these cars. All of these designs, sometimes just like, oh, okay, as an afterthought, we'll do this. The latest one was the Baiyo roundabout. All of a sudden, somebody thought, oh, you should put a round, because that's a road being built to Sukuta. You break that road, you put the roundabout there. You had already done the road, okay? Or you make provision for exits, and then you block all of those exits because you know that when you do these sort of roads, the exit is on the fast lane. So unless you provide for an exit road track from that fast lane, you cannot just exit there because cars will be hitting each other. So maybe you cannot exit here anymore. So you close all the exits. So if you live in Gambia, you have to go all the way to Brusubi before. Now fortunately have Baiyo. Before it was up to Brusubi before you can turn. If you leave Brusubi, you go all the way to Sukuta traffic light, etc., etc. These are all design flaws because proper traffic count certainly must not have been done to see where cars exit. And when you do, if you do that, you provide for those exits. We see it on this road here. Exits towards supermarkets. You don't do, and then you break certain time, you have openings for supermarkets and businesses. Some of those businesses on that highway from Brusubi to Airport Junction, those businesses some of them are closing down because customers cannot go there anymore. They have been blocked off. All of those are design flaws. Okay? You see, I heard him here the other day, sending the amount of money they're spending on that Battle Harding Highway.
I think 79
million, he said. So you spent $79 million to do a 22-kilometer road. You should give us that breakdown, see where that money went. Okay?
Yeah. So sa aliamu yung bado on side. Ha. So Dr. Lamin ya sama to this level la sa akay ko ikanyi membe bacha akay wonte point de akay ko ku mado be je meya non ko nyanta ka kajale mbadi alila moy de ha alila moy bak ha alila moy ha alila moy bak mbadi ngambien ko so aliamu Lamin gamen fa so Lamin kay ko sai na kacha sai silo la ko la bang ha kay ko nyin nyin sila ba me alon ko alkali do ko sa no ko kacha ba na fulo jelle dunto ko o silo nyin ko kay no fanam be kacha because wonu fenet mel alon ko I mean wol kumata ba na diam Senegambia la na diam some of the other project la akay but in fact akay ko in silo nyin fon design o follow na ta wala follow ba no kacha follow ba ale silo nyin design nyamen ako ay business ol mel kasara nanyi ma fon wala ha but Gambian call don't say left a minute don't let us just be fon nyin ka bang momo kata mo silo ka yekro silo ka bang o bidi call mel be silo dan na wala bi bidi ka jama be je be sorontale ha kordal mel yalon ke bo silo dan na wala ali jibede kordatiol mel fon be je they are desperate because menakata ila kordato ni te tam ni lo silo nyin kan e sele dula ani judula e ke ko lo mira follow. You have to come all the way, Sucre traffic light, until you go all the way to Costa Road. Look at the economy, the fuel consumption. I mean, qualify. I can't go, you have to think about the economic aspect. Allow, na full expenses, caro, nibe silo do gula. I can't be mirale. Ako ba atol mo be mira. Alme mira from the economic aspect la ko na safaro la bunda me ya lonko Gambian ko me ya lonko wala la business bo silo nyinkang alio fana be mira la bang akay almo be mira. Aga in fact ale silo nyum fongo doku menna alia doku kolo jelala 22 km mbadu wala jibede 22 km itol ko million taw woro anun kononto ade fanga ay wala faja million taw woro nun kononto wala munu la force approval million taw woro nun konon sa million taw woro nun kononto nyi mbadi ngam ko ali la moyde dollaro mantara de la solo de dollaro million taw woro anun kononto san abeko kilometer killing nyin silo kabo airport Johnson kan naki batla kilometer killing kuran ning idol ko yo sola furungul o lampu furungul mel yalon ko yekeje ani o jibor dinkol mel yalon ko be do ku kanje idol ko kilometer killing idol ye men spend woto wala mu Gambia kodo million keme fula anu woro wula dala so million keme fula anu woro wula kilometer mbadi ngol taya mbadi ngol tolu Gambian kolu mbajolal de e man so akodo la julole mu ha mbadi ngol ali la moy no but taya ni mol hañi dal hey inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un silo kilometer killing million keme fula taworo wula e koy wala spena kundo ha kilometer Gambian ko la kodo ngali ko nyaaje be nyin sila do ko bela e ka faale ko ha be sila do ko ngo bara li mira atol be kodo jolale Gambia dewlu so Dr. Lamin nata kay Brahma Sillah ka tortor ka faale ko dale amira be sinolla aka no albe nyin tabale ya men namba be lon nal aka in fact Agago, albe silo do kuka ubur fur silo me alba do kuka. Ako in fact the local contractor because silo nyi akaka nyama wolo nyindi ko Gambian company me alon ko bekala the local contractor and one international contractor and one Saudi one Saudi contractor. Akaka wolo nyama. So three companies wala ka bidin ke wala ka win. You must have a Saudi consultant or Saudi contractor, or you are a Gambian contractor. They can follow the local partner and the international partner. Akayako, in fact, the local partner may alongo Gambia do may alongo. Wala fana nyaka baraka ko na akal mantara ko fongo jo. Al mantara ko fongo ko dial. Anum to yalande. Papi Ford e findina ya for Papi Ford. Ni April kalo. Atelimu anu woro wulo. Sierra Leone banko kan the same Papi Ford Sierra Leone newspaper saveroke ako ila ministre dollar million taw woro ning nani aye wala contract ko sika ya di la ko tanke je in Sierra Leone banko kan ye contract dolu bali allegedly Sierra Leone na media ya safe Freetown na media wala ya safe the same Papi Ford wala be jang ibe Gambian kol wala be jang ne jonna kodola silo men na dokula kartan ani lulu ani bi sanji saban be wala bayde kan silo ni mamban dokula Gambi sara me yalo wala mula local partner yo jenkindi president barola house boyo president barola bunkono me yalo ko wala kala bunkono fitala musa fati wala nim Papi Ford be doko ke kan Alaji Seku Conte, me ya lonko wala mu Gambi sara la partner di yo ignore. The guy is not getting his proper CS. But ndeka memfo ngo meta nyum kumo folale meta nyum burfur silo kumo folale janna badul ngo le ko tapale ya membe caring Gambian ko ala long tapale ya le be caring na ful kasaro le be caring ibe Gambia dundi kan tapale ya kono neaje new OIC ko malef ka diam bugo leftal Gambia successful OIC solo but sidala ne lamoy fumbe bi men kon naje ko nyulu kam memfo ta kela nyulu mu tinyar laleti nabura ala bala to nyabe ko la jan so Dr. Lamine nying aya pin wolto ha aya pin wolto akaya ko albe nyum na ale na fulo men beta Gambe to yala alkafa mo ko albe silo do ko akaya be tapale ya akaya be tapale ya ha bala ali la moy di beto nyina de ali la moy.
You see, I heard him here the other day, outstanding amount of money they're spending on that Battle Harding Highway.
I think 79
million, he said. So you spent $79 million to do a 22-kilometer road. You should give us that bridge and see where that money went. Okay? And it's a 6-lane, 3 on either side. Tika Road we did in Nairobi was 8-lane, 4 on either side, cost us 1.2 million.
Per kilometer.
Yes. Per kilometer. So if you do 79 million here for the 22-kilometer road, tell us where the money went. But
okay, Sillah, go ahead.
I mean, in the first place, it is completely false to say that these roundabouts are afterthoughts. If you look at the design, the original design, all these roundabouts are there, about 6 or 7 of them. All right. The reason, you remember the Kasumai Johnson, where this roundabout is, there was an opening there. Because the roundabout was coming. A roundabout, you do it less than 10 days. All right? An opening was there to do the roundabout there. But we have been having many accidents in that particular place. So why? Because, you have...
Go ahead. No, please. Go ahead.
I'm trying to...
We don't have time. Guy should come next.
So that particular roundabout came there because it is part of the design. Okay? And also, any other feature that you are seeing being put on that road now, it is part of the design. So therefore, it is completely false to say that it is afterthought. That also is another way of trying to show that, he doesn't even have any idea. If you have, if you want to have...
Imagine. So Lamin can memfire. It's like, because, Lamin is trying to ask you, Brahma, can you come in? You left call for. Ibe kalante yale minola. Ha. Show us the design now. Show us the design. If that was part of the design, show us the design. Because we've all seen the design. And we've all seen when the road was built. So if you are telling us, it's part of the design. But that is not the case here. Go, tell us how do you spend this money, Ibrahim?
Cost, yes, of course. I mean,
$79 million for a 22-kilometer road stretch when he has done it in Nairobi for less than...
Which year was that?
Less than 2 million.
Nairobi was 2002.
2002.
Yes.
From
22 years ago.
22 years ago. I mean, what is the cost of material?
Okay.
What is the cost of materials today, compared to 22 years ago?
Can I give you an idea?
Does it even make a logical sense for anybody to compare those?
The latest ones we did,
Moyali Road. Hold on. I live in Nairobi. I also worked in Nairobi. Nairobi, you don't have problems of resources like basalt and other necessary materials that you'll put on the road. You have abundance of basalt. You have abundance of bitumen that is locally even manufactured there. In this country, everything about our road except laterite and even quality laterite, you have to travel, if you're in the urban area, almost 150 kilometers to get that. No, hold on, please.
Go ahead,
please.
Nobody's interrupting.
22 years ago, you built a road, $1.2 million. Today, you are building a road per kilometer, $1 million. And you want to tell me that, that is even a logical comparison? Please, for God's sake, we are building this road, almost everything.
Gambian ko alila moy Ibrahim de alila moy Ibrahim de Gambian ko alila moy de Lamin ka fay ko aka 8 lane road ye mello in Nairobi 8 lane coming like Sillah I mean coming ngala jele kabona airport Johnson kana yalo Sillah sabalam so aka Nairobi na mello je aka ko is nani jang ne ka fu ñoma sey Sillah sey aga na do kuje kilometer 1.5 million US dollars na do ku wala kilometer killing 1.5 million US dollars. ADB yo doku yo silo doku wala. Ibrahim is now telling ko silo of gamme ko alila moy de alila moy Ibrahim le de alila moy Ibrahim nyama le. Itol benyin silo men doku kam bi even it's 22 years back. Itol ka doku men 3.5 million US dollars per kilometer silo nani sila saba. Ibrahim tol nyama made. Itol ka kilometer ba doku ka wala. Alafta ka justify ka fa ko ha ntol kan na bero bi 150 kilometers. Look, Gambian call you can jumala tonye jang 150 kilometers you look iko bero bi muntole bero me yalo ikane bi jane block ning fo jara so me kata bero bi wol akata nala ko ha la do kata bero bi 150 kilometers Ibrahim be kendar Ibrahim kamel fo Gambian call la min ka fo sila nani jang ingo atol sila sabajang alka Gambian ko alka skodo men dula kundo bi dolaro million saba anin tala niya che Gambia ko do million keme fula anu wora wula dolaro million keme fula anu wora wula alka wala dunnim silo kita meter kilometer killing len saba aka même foye wala ñundi ko la min ka même foye wala ñundi ko itole silo men doku in Nairobi 22 years back aka même foye je wala ñundi ko yow silo doku 1.5 million la ube ko atul la ñun kono a jelle beje afulanin to albe Gambian kol kasara la albe Gambian kol julo me yalongo ndeba jola mbida fana fa ndingo ba jola ndingo ba jola albe Gambian dun kan julo la kon bar Gambian kol ban be akala mutajan yena Gambia la julo bondi jelleto yena Gambia julo bondi billion jelu ya bondi jelleto billion tan nan ni woro ya samba billion tan ni mansa kunda le okay ni adama baro mansa kunda Gambian kol mbo falali Gambian kol ngo tapalawol lem ñulti ha tapalawol la ñul tapale ballam ñulti ñul ben na fulo kasara kan ha ibe na fulo kasara kan ibe tapale akuma kesen la fo kanye so say mbe expose la mbe bulale no mona say kela tlimbale tandi ha wala atina kabira tapale yali beke yela tlimbale yali beke e ko kane ka media household jo pour wol yetolu ka Gambian kol nene ka Gambian kol wo hay ita ka dual video e ko ka Gambian kol nene wala ali yille ma de kanale de bari Gambian kol ali la ko fente da ko fa fonyo ha fente ñu da ko fa fonyo ali la mo
But the latest road construction work we're doing is still in that region of $1 to $1.3 million per kilometer.
Okay.
So that hasn't changed much. Okay. So he is just spinning.
Okay.
Now, the Senegambia Bridge, he told one of the programs, I can't remember which one, that they were making about $52 million.
I never said that. I said $40 million.
You said 40, and then you went over to 40, 49, 52. Yes, you went up to 52.
Yeah, okay. That's go on.
So at the time with the exchange rate of the dollar, that was almost $1 million per month. Okay, for 25 years, that is 300 million. And these guys went ahead and mortgaged that bridge, which we got for free, and they tell is recycling. But we'll come to that. They mortgaged for $100 million for 25 years. So a net loss, potential loss of 200 million for us. Okay. What's more, when they did that arrangement, they never told anybody until when it was leaked by some NCNBC journalists. And then they came back and said, yes, we did it. We signed a contract, etc., an agreement with Africa 50. And then they went ahead and said it's finalized. And the minister told us in the last budget that 15 million was going to come from that to the budget. But what they had said was that they're going to put aside the 100 million to invest in infrastructure. And I said at the time, if you're going to do that, you shouldn't do this in this first place. But if you do that, you set up an SPV, special purpose vehicle, which is kind of a fund, special fund, in which they put the money for other investments, which you should prepare ahead of time. So you have your investment proposals. We're going to put infrastructure ABC, and we're going to do that to develop that. Okay? That never happened, one. Two, the money when the minister said they were getting 50 million for 2024 budget, nobody knows, at least we don't know where the money went. So has the money come to this government? Where is it put? Into what infrastructure?
And more importantly, to be able to move with that, they should have taken that agreement to Parliament and have it ratified by Parliament, because it's an international agreement and it should be ratified by Parliament before they can proceed with that, and they never did. So,
okay, so ale Dr. Lamin moy le ko raka même fay aka la tapale ya kilingu mi ale baake kan alba gamben ko le na fulo min kasara kan aka le ko ale Senegal be brijo sika jana ale yadi ako bari defo la fo nun janna ko Senegal be brijo to ite fo le afo ite Ibrahima ina na ka fo de ko iko karo kare alka almost dollaro million killing ha karo kare alka dollaro million killing alka soto je karo kare aka niyo jibe sanyi muwan ani lulu alkali o brijo ni ale di wala sanyi mo ni lulu ka aka ni ajibe aka that is almost about 300 million US dollars ato yo brijo ta aliya wafi 100 million abe ko ale Gambia fondindi ale Gambia fondi million keme fula ale Gambia fondi wala la ha aka dollaro million keme fula ale Gambia fondi wala la barsatul Ibrahima ñu be kendare ba yamari ñu masa kunde be kendare ba ha Gambien ko ali la moy ñu ben dunkam men kono be dunkam kasaro men kono ha akwa in fact même fo ko ministère même fo be fo ay fan ya même be fo aman fem man na koyo fo kono ha albo na fulo nyin kan se bi wo ko fo ala fo mo le abe tembe jumala to almanda wala alnyanda ka samba nyame luwaya fo nyame almaka o nyama fana ako ba fa atul albiki nyin ko be miraba Dr. Lamin kay ko fa atul bu ko nyin ko be miraba ha the economic aspect atul buka mira ba so Dr. Lamin ya grilo fanantole ali la moy ilake akana Dr. Lamin jabi menna ali la